what's up? What's up? I am your boy Zeke, the 5-foot freak, with my beautiful co-host,
Miss Meen, that Diva.
And we are back in a new year, 2022. Happy New Year's to everybody that's out there, as well as happy birthday, happy belated birthday to everyone out there. I hope y'all enjoying this new year. I'm not one into all the what you call it, New Year's resolutions and all of that.
Me.
Yeah, New Year. I saw you posted that on your page. New Year, new me. Ain't that what you said?
I told him stop lying.
Yeah, and I have to agree with Miss Meen, that Diva. Y'all know we beg to differ on this show, and what we also offering as well. If you would like to come on our podcast shows, if you want to be a guest, just ask us to come on. We can send you the link. We want you to come on. One thing about our podcast show, as well as radio station show, we welcome our viewers and our listeners to chime in. A lot of times on a lot of podcast shows, you may have opinions and the things that you want to say, but you are not allowed to say, or you get the chance to say. But on our show,
we say it all.
We say it all, and we allow you to do it. So with that being said, I'm not going to get into my Zeke Speaks, because me and Miss Meen, that Diva, decided when we agreed upon to talk about some things that we're going to be doing new, not only with Zeke Freaky Tales with Miss Meen, that Diva, but as well as on the Upper Room. And that's more featured and focused towards our sponsors and our supporters to be able to get your business, your product, and your information out there. But if you want to go more into that.
So we have started for the new year, a new marketing program for entrepreneurs like yourselves. We've been on air for 2 years now. We're working on 2 years.
Our show 2, the Upper Room 3.
Right. And as you guys know, we advertise for entrepreneurs. We always
2 years, that's a long time.
It don't feel like it.
I ain't mean to cut you off, but
right.
If you think about
but it doesn't feel like it, not to me anyway. And so we advertise for you guys because we want to promote your businesses. We are for the small business community. And we always ask that you send in your support for your entrepreneurs, the people that you want us to advertise for. So this year, we have been approached by many different businesses, not just small entrepreneur businesses, but larger companies have been asking us to promote and market because they've seen that our reach has been phenomenal. We had a guest on from the Philippines.
We have a guest from the UK.
Yeah, so our reach has broadened, and so because of that, a lot of different companies began to come and ask us to advertise for them. Well, we want to do the same thing for you guys. We want to continue to advertise for you, but of course, we do pay bills to be on air. So there will be a small fee associated with it, but nothing compared to what other marketing companies do or charge. And as you can see, our marketing and our producers, they do a really good job with marketing our show and marketing other things. Zeke is always on air every single day. So if you want to get your business out there, you want to push and promote your business and on multiple platforms, reach out to us. This is what we're doing for the new year. We're starting our new marketing company and our marketing campaign. So we want to help you, help yourself. We want to continue to support.
Hey, and with that being said, like she said, just email us. Our email address is theupperroom409@gmail.com. DAUPPERROOM409@gmail.com. And hey, with our marketing package that Miss Meen, that Diva put together with her business associates, we ain't trying to hit you upside the head. It's a small fee for an entire year that we're gonna put out your stuff. We're gonna market it on our posts, whether we're doing commercials, whether we're doing the show. So I think that'll be beneficial for you.
We will record your commercial for you.
Yeah, we'll record your commercial for you. If it's something that you want to do and you want to send us the commercial and you just want us to upload it the way that you record it, that's fine too. We have a fee for that as well. As y'all know, for the past 3 and 2 years, we've been advertising and marketing a lot of people, giving shouts out that you can see at the end of our shows on YouTube for an entire year or so, and we wasn't even charging them anything, because with the small businesses, we wanted them to get up off the ground just like we were trying to get up off the ground. And everything comes with a cost. So now we need that. We've been doing a lot of stuff. We've been budgeting a lot of stuff with our own money out of our pocket. And now we can't no longer do that. So now it's about to be a small cost for those who want to come on to our show. Outside of that, how was your New Year's? What did you do?
Happy New Year, everybody. I went to Club Bed.
Club Bed.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. My son, we went a couple of places, and then I was at Club Bed, and Club Bed was great. I got woke up by a few fireworks, a few gunshots, this and that. But my New Year was wonderful. I'm really thankful for everything that's going on in the new year in my life. And so I don't like the whole new year, new me thing. That I just feel like that's bogus. I just think that each and every day we should all grow and do better. So, I'm not on a new year, new me, but
new year, new me.
Yeah, I do want all things to be beneficial, all things for me to grow in so many ways. And I'm just thankful that God blessed me to see another year.
And my thing is, my New Year, I don't too much celebrate the holidays because, as some of you know, I don't have my mom, my grandmother, or my father, but that's not an excuse. I just don't too much celebrate the holidays. But I do wish all my family members, as well as my son, happy holidays on no matter what it may be. But I basically was around family, chilling, not doing too much. I've also heard the fireworks, the guns, and stuff like that. But I saw on your page that you posted something in reference to stop lying, don't start lying.
I said quit lying. With the whole new year, new me, because y'all gonna do the same thing y'all did last year, this year. So I'll see you tomorrow. That's
so when you said you're gonna do the same thing that you did last year, this year,
they lying.
And my thing is,
that same boyfriend, they say they gonna leave, they ain't leaving his ass.
See, I wasn't gonna go ahead.
The weed heads ain't gonna stop smoking. The drinkers ain't gonna stop drinking. Just how about you just say, this year I'm gonna be the best version of myself. But
people say that this what gets me on the new, what you say, new year, new me thing.
Yeah.
Every year, and you should have hopes, you should have goals, but every year is gonna still be bills. Every year you're gonna spend out of your means to get something that you shouldn't have gotten. Every year you're going to say, I'm going to the gym. You're going to start off for a little bit, posting your pictures and all that.
Now, you know what? Now, this is what I said. Now this may, it may not be the truth, but I'm going to try.
You're going to try?
The first week of
But see, you said you're going to try.
I'm going to try.
Okay.
I said, instead of me driving my car to work, I'm going to see how I go. Mm-hmm. Because literally my job is like...
right around the corner.
Not right around the corner. It's 4 miles on a bike. Well, it's 4 miles, period. So on the bike, usually I walk. I can walk 5 miles, 6 miles when I'm exercising.
But are you going to be on time?
Yes, it's only 23 minutes to
but
get there.
But then you're going to be sweaty.
Yeah, I got a backpack.
Oh, because what I was going to say, what you could do, you can drive. You say it's 5 miles, drive 3 miles, and then bike the 2 miles. Like park at a parking lot and then bike.
Nah, then I'm going to leave my car somewhere. No.
Oh, okay.
So I'm saying it's 4.6 miles. Mm-hmm. That's my thing. I'm going to see how long I can be consistent with riding my bike to work.
But you said to try. That's the main thing.
Yeah,
you're going to try. Yeah,
I did say try.
Right.
So next week, if y'all say, what happened? Oh, shit.
You tried.
I tried.
Okay. I'm with that. But my thing is, I ain't into the New Year's resolution things, because even though you should have a goal, a lot of times you don't meet them goals, and then you just lying to yourself. My thing is, if it's something that you set out to do, whether you diet and exercising and all of that, it shouldn't take the New Year's for you to start doing that. You should have been doing that.
Yeah, but some people, it gives them an extra push. The New Year gives them an extra push. So
okay. Well, with that being said, we're going to take a quick break. Before we
when we come back, we're going to get into this topic, because guess what? I don't know if it's...
Hey, Miss Monica, we have Miss Napoli. She said, Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's.
We have Miss Duncan. She said, hello. Supposed to be a guest on the show. We sent her a link, so we're waiting on her to log on. But before we get into that, I have been doing a chat and listen with music artists. These are underground artists, up and coming artists. If you haven't seen any of the shows, they are on YouTube. I should have another show on January the 9th with Chase Black. He's an up and coming artist. But some of the artists that I have done shows with, Jack the Ripper. I have done a show with Fat Boy Bam. and I have done a show with Meech Jewels. I want to give a big shout out to those guys. We'll be playing their music during the break. We're also on Stationhead. We have our own radio station. We have two of them. One being Zeke the 5 Foot Freak, which we on now, right now. That's me and Miss Meen at Diva's radio station. And we have the Upper Room. So please follow that. Tomorrow.
Wait. Now, if you are an Android user,
you
can log on now to the radio station, Stationhead Radio, as an Android user and listen live. So you can catch the show live and you can listen live, music and all, on Stationhead Radio with your Android device. Isn't that?
Yeah. So now, we've been waiting on that, and here my ass done switched all the way to all Apple products when they didn't switch that over. So I'm kind of upset with Stationhead about that, but we needed that because a lot of our listeners and viewers were Android users. Now, if you want to come on the show, you have to be on a laptop device to be able to do that. You can listen to the show on your Android, but I don't know if you can come on. No, you can. You can come on the show through your Android, but you can't create a show. If you go on through a laptop or a PC, you can create a show as well as come on our show. So we are Zeke the 5 Foot Freak on Stationhead App Radio. Download the app or get on your PC right now, and you can follow the show, listen to the show, and come on the show. Well, we're also there on the Upper Room, so please follow that. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will have another show with the Upper Room. Myself, Miss Meen at Diva, will be on the show with King Cleve and the Legend, so be sure to tune into that.
Be there with all the fellas.
Well, yeah, and then we have the Legend. He's coming. His show will be coming up sometime this month. I forget the date. I know he's tuning in. I apologize, Legend, but he will be he'll be having his upcoming show on that as well. And I'm going to tune in and that and cause havoc on his show, just like he be doing on our show. So be sure to tune in to that. January the 9th, I have Chase Black on Chat and Listen. Please tune in to that. These are up and coming artists. I'm promoting these guys because they're trying to get on the big stage, and we have a lot of new things that we'll have featured coming on to our show. But with that being said, we're going to take a quick break because we're going to try to get our guests on. And when we come back, we're going to dive right into the topic. If you want to come into the show, just say, bring me on. We'll send you the link if you're coming through YouTube or Facebook. And also with all our guests, what we'd like for you all to start doing too, when you make a comment, put where you're from. Whether you're from that hometown or you live in that hometown, because we'd like our viewers as well as myself and Miss Meen that Diva to know where you're from. Because like we said, we got people from the Philippines tuning into our show, the UK, all across the United States, which is a big shouts to us. We have over 2,000 point something listeners that tune in to our show. Our Facebook page has grown where we have 3 Facebook pages and we have 2 radio stations. So as a podcast company, I think we're really doing a good job.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we're going to take a quick break, listen to some music, and then we're going to bring in our 2 guests onto the show. We're going to dive right in.
We're going to get into this topic because I'm judging. I ain't going to judge.
So here we go. Hope you enjoy the music. All right, hold on a second. We are back. I am Zeke, the 5-foot freak, with my beautiful co-host,
Miss Meen's that Diva.
and we're gonna dive right into this topic. I tried to bring on one of our guests, Miss Petaway. If you hear us, I sent you the request to come on. Only thing you have to do is push accept. I see it still winding and turning. But with that being said, and Miss Duncan, you may have to come on through Stationhead since you're having problems clicking on the link. But you want to go ahead and introduce this topic to the show?
The topic tonight is who's worse? Absent fathers or bitter baby mamas? What's better, a parent that's active or a parent that's in and out? We have questions and we want to hear your answers because I got questions.
And then my thing is when this topic came about, I was kind of confused. Like I was like, okay, what do they mean? What's better, a parent that's not active versus a parent that's in and out? I was like, well, that's kind of the same thing, but when it was explained to me, it was explained a little different. So we have one I will guest on. Miss Petaway, are you there? Okay, Miss Petaway. Oh, okay, you there? Well, welcome to the show. Before we get into whatever questions that you may have, why don't you tell us a little about yourself, who you are, where you from, and what interests you in coming in on the show today? Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if you're talking right into the phone, but it's like staticky.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but it's kind of a staticky though. Are you on speaker or are you on some headsets? Yeah, you probably want to take it off a speaker. Yeah. Are you there? Well, that's a little better, but go ahead.
Okay. My name is Otis Brown, and I live here in Galveston, Texas. And my cousin April wanted me to be on, so as a guest, so I was just calling on to look there to ask questions.
Okay. We can barely hear you over here, so I know our listeners can't hear you because you're still kind of staticky on the. Yeah.
That sounds better when you.
Yeah, that sounds better when you're doing. Because if you're trying to talk on speaker, that's not gonna work.
That's better. That right there, talking. Yeah, just don't talk as loud. Just talk in a normal voice and
Yeah, kind of. But
we don't know.
But anyway, Ms. Meen, you want to start it off because I was confused with this because I thought both of them was the same, but I guess they are different.
Well, the question, there's several questions that we're posing, right? So my first question is, who's worse? The absent father or the bitter baby mama, right? So if you have a woman that's raising a child and the father is not around, most of the time the fathers are not around, not because they don't want to be around, it's because it's a less of a headache to deal with the bitter baby mama, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's sad to say that instead of fighting to see their children or fighting to deal with their children or be in their lives, they rather just wash their hands completely because it's such a hassle to deal with a woman who is so bitter, and who does things to spite the man, but in reality, she's hurting the child. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just my opinion. Like, And so most men, they just choose to be absent. Because if I do come deal with if I do come to try to get my kids, it's 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna have to call the police or something like that. You know, it's always a whole lot of drama. And most of the time it's because they're bitter about the breakup. They wasn't, they weren't okay with the breakup.
Okay. First off, I want to give some shouts out to the legend. He's tuning in. That's one of our podcast co-hosts. Liddy 179 is tuned in. Miss Lady is tuned in, and we have Miss Adrian Petaway on the show. Now, fellas, I'm for you all tonight on this topic. Now, I think a lot of times it's the bitter baby mama. Now, we have 3 women on this show. They probably going to disagree with me, but that's fine because I'm going to stand ground for our ass tonight. Well, because a lot of times when the man chooses to move on, the woman haven't let go. Or if the man has chosen to move on, sometimes that woman still allowing me to come back and hit or whatever anytime I want. So you may get false perceptions. So now by me trying to move on and still want to deal with my child, now you being that bitter mom and saying, nah, you can't see your child. Nah, you're not taking him around whoever you dating or whoever you involved with. That's just my opinion on that. And first we'll let Miss Petaway chime in and see what she have to say, and then we'll go to Miss Lady and we'll let Miss Meena, that diva, to go ahead. Go ahead, Miss Adrian.
Okay. Well, actually, me, if you know, if they have been recently, but like a long time ago, as far as mom, I guess I wasn't an active parent because I was living with my parents, and I was always like out instead of in.
When you say you were always out instead of in, you mean so your children weren't living with you at your parents' house? Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. So you were more in the right.
Miss Adrian, before we go on, let me ask you a question. Are you listening to the show, and are you listening to the show on 2 devices or just one? Okay, because we still getting that staticky sound for some reason. See, that's good right there. Yes.
Miss Sheena Scott. Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on, Miss Adrian. We have another guest that came on. Miss Sheena Scott. Go ahead, Miss Meena. You want to go ahead and?
So Miss Scott said it's not always a bitter baby mama. Sometimes men move on and they forget about their kids and the women he's with. Now sometimes don't tell him it's wrong. Now I do agree with that.
I disagree.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna chime in for Miss Sheena first. Yes, go ahead.
Who are we speaking with?
This is April.
Okay, go ahead, April. Shoot, she must be mad at me.
How y'all doing?
How you
We
doing?
doing
Welcome
good.
to the show, Miss April.
Okay. I don't have to build a baby mom.
Okay.
Not from the day I said I was pregnant.
Okay.
These was just a choice of men that didn't want to take the responsibility. I have a 17-year-old daughter who I completely raised. I have 3 children, 21, 19, 17, and a grandbaby. And my 17-year-old daughter, once my high school, my 21-year-old, once he had graduated, went off to college, I said at that point, I want this to continue again without a child or support. So I did. I searched him on Facebook, found him. Did file child support. This guy still chooses not to even build a relationship. Pay child support on time, no problem. I have reached out. with this being her last year in high school, what more greater time to, to invite you and your current wife to her prom night?
Right.
It was a no. I don't know. I ain't never been the one that's gonna argue with you, your family, nobody.
So can I ask a question? And I'm just asking for clarity. Okay, so if you choose not to answer or it's too much, by all means you can decline to respond. Okay. Sometimes circumstance play a major part in whether or not that male will choose to be a part of that child's life. I don't know the circumstance or the logistics of you and that person's relationship when you became pregnant, right? Listen, we all grown, right? It's been some hookups, some booty calls, some this and that. You know what I'm saying? Where we wasn't in relationships with people and shit just happened, right? So I don't know if that was your situation, but would you be willing to give a little bit of history of y'all's situation, because that may give clarity to why he chose.
The pretty much the situation was a booty call for as I was at work, and boom, that's how we met at work, and it went from there for a nice little, few years.
But a lot of times a male feels like, let's just say me and you, it was a hookup and me and you had a baby together. Even though as a grown man, I know what I was doing, but to me that was an unwanted baby, meaning like I didn't have no intentions or no plans of having
let's say unplanned.
Unplanned. Yeah, I'm saying
unwanted. Because
I didn't mean to say unwanted because all kids are wanted, but I'm just saying like if I hooked up with me and Miss Meen and we had a kid, the sex and all that probably was good. The time we spend together and play together was good, but I ain't have no intention.
And that was consensual.
Right. But we ain't talk about having a baby together.
Right.
Even though I should have strapped up or whatever the case may be, or you should have been on birth controls, or we both should have been what is called
more
responsible, that it probably wasn't planned. So even though I know one our guest said that she found the father, whatever the case may be, even by finding that man and then you coming to tell me years later, I had your baby, but you ain't tell me. Oh, oh,
wow. So when you were pregnant, did you let him know that, hey, I'm pregnant and I'm considering keeping this baby? Okay. And so when you told him that you were going to keep the baby, what was his response?
He said, okay, that's fine. We'll go from there. And to go from there, me, I'm like this. I don't really, when this is the type of situation, I'm not including myself. I'm not just to put no pressure. I'm not just doing none of it.
Right.
None of that. Because I don't have time for it. I don't.
Right.
I've never been that type. If you say, yeah, and you don't show up, I'm not just going to hound you behind that. But I said this when she was 16. I'm not just going to do another dog. And I did. So then, what's the problem? 16 years later, now you get hit. So what? But she gets to go to college. My child gets to go out to be on the law school.
Right. And you feel like he should stand in and step in and do his part, considering you didn't create that child on your own.
Correct. I mean, I'm giving you the opportunity, but you choose and giving. And me, I'm not even, whatever you got going on, let her know who I'm feeling.
True story.
Yeah, but see that, but
because again, they have been in the same school together and each know who they were.
Well,
I want to play the devil's advocate.
Hold on, before you get in that, but let me say this too. Okay, they in the same school, that's fine. They probably found out from the mother and the daddy, yeah, you can have a sister, whatever the case may be. But if he's paying, in my opinion, if he's paying child support, yeah, he's fulfilling his duties by the court of law. Yeah, you got to take responsibility and paying for that child. But in a white society, yeah, you would think, hey, you should be in that child's life. But if he chooses not to be in that child's life, that's on him, and that's something he's going to have to settle with the man up above. Yeah, and then, it's not fair to the kids because they probably play together, get along, but ain't looking at each other like sister and brothers or whatever the case may be. Right, and I understand that, but a lot of times, basically what I'm trying to say, don't put so much burden on you about him not taking his responsibility. And it's two sides to every story, because he may come on here and say, hey, she lying, she don't let me, whatever. But
or what if he says, that's why I say I want to play devil's advocate, because as women, we are the ones who carry the child, right? We are the ones who make the ultimate decision of, I'm going to either have this child or I'm going to abort this child or what have you. That's our decision. Mm-hmm. A man 100% does not have a choice in the situation, right? So.
See, that's wrong.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on. He does not get a say so. Even if he gives us money to go and abort the child and verbalizes, I don't want this child. You know what I'm saying?
You can keep the money and still have it. Correct.
Because he don't get a choice in the matter. Because this is my body, right? And I choose to carry this child. So what if this man, and I'm not saying this is your circumstance, but what if any man has been laying with a woman and they have been dating sexually, right, for some time, doing what adults do, because as a single woman, I date, you know what I'm saying, and do what adults do. And I happen to get pregnant. And this man tells me, well, that's not what I signed up for. And I say, okay, but in my religion, I don't believe in having abortions. So I'm keeping it. And he tells me, well, that's your choice, but that's not what I want. Where does he have the right to say, I want to play or I don't want to play?
I don't think no man has a right or a point to say that he wants to play or don't want to play, because I think it's a mutual agreement. But this is what.
But it's not a mutual agreement if I say I'm going to keep it, even though you told me you don't want it.
All right, but even though if I said I don't want the child and you say you're going to keep it, and once you have that child, why are you pressing me?
That's what I'm trying to get to.
Oh, okay.
So what? How fair or unfair is it to that male to say you're obligated to participate in my choice? Because you didn't get a choice. Hold on. You didn't get a choice to participate in whether or not I'm going to keep it or not. That was a decision I made.
Right.
With or without you. This is the decision that is made. So now you're obligated financially and you're living up to that obligation. But if he still says, I don't want to be involved, then that's his right. Just like you had a right to keep the baby.
Oh, okay. I'm with you now. I'm with you on that one.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's shady. But, it sounds shady. But on the cool, what if a man got pregnant for you?
But think about who?
If I was a man and I just sat here and whatever and did what men do, I would still have the same mental like that's all, baby. Regardless of the mama or the daddy on either side, regardless, that's a baby.
Okay, but
why would you get in a relationship on whatever and have a baby then? That's the one you're loving on, and you already knew about one, and you just choose not to, that baby.
Because Miss Lady, he probably. But see, he's in a relationship, and I think this young man is married, correct?
Now he's married, she said.
Okay, but see, he's in a relationship. That was a planned relationship that he had. He wanted to marry this woman. They had kids. But the thing is, and like me, I'm using me and Miss Meen as an example, not you. We doing grown folks things. And she told me she ended up pregnant, and I tell her whatever, I don't want a child, but like she said, it's my decision if I'm going to have it. Well, you already knew at that point that, hey, I ain't planning on having no child. But if you have the child, that's cool. If you want to file child support, and I wish so many men would say this, if you want to file child support on me, go ahead and file. That's cool. I'll do all of that. But you still can't press me to be in that child's life. Well, look,
I mean, it's shady. It seems shady to a certain extent, But if we gonna be real and we gonna be grown folks about some stuff, we gonna have to stand on our decisions. Sometimes we are all human beings having human experiences, right? And so your choices is not his choices is not yours, and we don't get to choose for each other. Yes, technically we would say, hey, in a perfect world, you will stand up and be in this child's life, but that's unfair to him because God gave us all free will and choice. That don't mean I get to take away your choice and your free will because of my choices. Right. And so we have to stand in we got to stand on our shit, whatever decision that is we make, and whatever the consequences of those actions are, we as adults have to stand on our shit and just say, hey, I told him I'm pregnant. He said, I don't want to do this. I said, I'm still doing this. So regardless, he's not obligated to do anything. Now, by the court of law, he obligated to pay, but he's not obligated to participate. And that should be fine because those are your choices if we gonna be adults.
And let's, like, we have the legend, he had posted on here, why does society feel that the mother is the better parent?
Man, that's a damn good question. I promise you,
Miss Meen,
that's a damn good question.
It sounds like you on the fella side tonight.
No, I'm on the right damn side. And if that happened to be the fall on the fella side, or the because Miss Sheena Scott had a good point that I'm gonna go back to too. Listen, the state is so fucked up, and it says that by all costs it will try to make sure that child stays with the mother, right? This broad can be a crackhead, then sold a baby ass to the pimp, whatever, for however long. Go to court, they know about it. Child Protective Services involved. This broad go through some classes, pass the damn classes, stay on track for 3 weeks. Get the baby back and go back to the same shit. But that's the best environment for a child.
Do y'all have any comments on that?
I ain't gonna lie, I say right is right, wrong is wrong. And if I just think God, I wasn't that kind of mama.
Right, girl, right.
After what you just said, went down the line.
Hey, fellas, we winning right now tonight. We winning tonight.
What y'all winning?
We had on points tonight. Did you want to go into one of the?
But have you guys, as women on the line, let's be real, have you guys witnessed some foolery like that happening where?
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous.
That's cold. Now let me ask you. But okay, now I know like women, y'all are close knitted, and that's fine. What if it's a friend? Do y'all call them out on it? Do y'all say something, or y'all don't say nothing?
Man, listen, and I'm not gonna name names, right? But I talk to my friends. If I call you my friend, first of all, you got a whole responsibility to be my friend, right? And your responsibility is to be honest with me. If I fall short in any areas of my life, you supposed to call me on my shit. And you supposed to be willing to accept the fact that I'm going to call you on your shit. So one of my friends was falling short in her kid's life. And I said, hey, man, listen, therapy might be the way to go because you need to hear a professional tell you that the shit that you do is fucked up. Because if you may not be able to receive it from me because I'm your friend and you feel like I'm being biased, I'm taking the kid's side or whatever. But in reality, on the outside, if you go and speak with a professional, that professional is going to tell you, nah, you fucked up. And it's generational brokenness, trauma, things that they've encountered in their past that makes them fucked up. Right. And so as a whole, you know, I advocate for therapy all the time, right? As a people, Black and brown people as a whole need to go and get therapy for PTSD. We are all suffering post-traumatic stress syndrome. And it may not be that you got raped in your past or this and that, but all of us are descendants of slavery for the most part if you're in America. And so therefore, those parents pass down shit, who pass down shit, who pass down shit, which is why people today still eating shit lining, which is chitlins.
I had mine today.
You see what I'm saying? You eating the ass of the pig. You see what I'm saying? But that was some shit that they used to throw out to the slaves that they didn't want. But it's like, bro, we gotta break curses in our community in order for us to win.
I think you need to read this one from the legend. Him and Sheena Scott, they going at it on the message board.
Okay, well, let's go back, because if they going at it, let's see what they talking about.
Okay.
So Miss Scott said the in and outs is worse, right?
Right.
I beg to I'm gonna straddle the fence on that, Miss Scott, because if they a shitty parent, the one that's in the house, then they doing more damage than the parent that's outside the house. If this parent that's there 100% is traumatized and is inflicting toxic behavior on the children, then you're doing more damage inside the house than the person that's not there.
Because they always gone. So
just because whatever your kid is a sponge and they're absorbing what you feed them. So if you feed them mental abuse, physical abuse, drug habits and all of that, they absorbing what they see.
The legend said, he said, as men, we are put in position to choose children over peace or vice versa. And I think what he's saying is sometimes I may have more peace instead of dealing with the baby mama and not dealing with it. Because if I got to deal with you to get to my child, and it's always you are sorry, MF, and you ain't getting them today.
But why do the baby daddy still always, if you can't deal with the child, but why y'all still be wanting to fuck?
Well, now I'm saying what
these Negroes gonna stick their ding-a-ling in a hole in the wall. So it's up to us women to say, nah, nigga, you can't have this. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, this lady she had a little she had some tension.
No, because that's what Negroes do. They always want to.
Okay, but the thing is, I said that in the beginning. If you are allowing them to do that, and then he's choosing, let's say I end up getting you pregnant, I said I ain't want to have no baby. You choose to have a baby like Miss Meen that Diva said, then you shouldn't be pressing me. But if you know that I'm that type of guy, that's all I want to do, and you allowing me to do it, I'm not gonna stop.
Right, because he a Negro.
So who's at fault? Is it you or is it me?
Listen.
Now you don't want to answer. Now Miss Lady don't want to answer. See what I'm saying?
But the game twisted because we talked about this. Remember, we talked about how the game then changed and chicks not understanding that we hold a prize, right? And so we hold ourselves to a higher standard, then a nigga gotta meet us where we are. But most women competing because we outnumber the men 30-1. You know what I'm saying? It's 30 of us to one of them. And so now it's a competition. When really I've been this type of chick that be like, look, let's get on the same team, sis. What he good at and what he like. Let's communicate and we both win. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, y'all share me?
What? If you're not alone, no, I'm just playing. See, that's that bullshit. But what I'm saying is, like, why we have to go at it like that? Like, we need to get on a better page. And we need to take back the power that we used to have. They used to make songs called Power of the P-U-S-S-Y, remember?
Yeah.
We used to have the power, but these days we don't have nothing because we don't put ourselves on that pedestal and hold ourselves to that higher standard like we used to. This is just my opinion.
And then the legend went back to what you said. He said, true, but whereas our society, it was deemed that the mother is naturally better than men, have to prove that the woman is unfit.
Men have to prove.
Yeah, men have to prove that the woman is unfit and to be rewarded the children in court.
Right.
But y'all don't have to prove that we unfit because they grant the child to y'all off the jump.
How about y'all can prove that we unfit and they still give us the child back after temporary custody? Ain't that some bullshit? This broad ain't shit, ain't gonna never be shit. Baby was smoking crack rock with her. Baby came out of wet head because she was on wet while she was pregnant. Went through a rehab program for 2 weeks. Now she's saved and rehabilitated. Got the baby back and the baby back smoking crack. Really? And we're going to put her back in rehab again and we're going to start the process over.
But I can't get the baby and I still got to pay child support.
Right.
And then Miss Sheena Scott, we have some good things coming on from our viewers, but she said, we all have choices. If we hooking up, it's both our responsibility if a child's come in the picture, which I agree. I totally agree. But my thing is, a lot of times, what you have said before on the show, we don't have these conversations. Like, if the sex is good, now emotions coming into it, what we doing?
Right.
So if I get pregnant, what we gonna do? We're not having that because you know why? It's feeling good. I'm satisfying you. You satisfying me. But then when that baby comes about, then now if I don't want to be involved in the child's life, I'm a sorry MF. I ain't no good. I'm gonna file charges on you. That's what y'all quick to say. I mean, not charges. I'm gonna file child support on y'all. That's what y'all quick to say. That's fine. But when you file them, I'm still not gonna be in the child's life. And when the child 18 years old, I'm just have to deal with the man up above, or I'm have to be a better man and say, you know what? I need to get involved in my child's life. But what if I don't?
But see, that still falls back on us as a woman. I'm gonna take responsibility for that because, like you said, we didn't have that conversation. So I didn't know you wasn't an ain't shit nigga when I was pregnant. And so I should have had that conversation to find out this nigga ain't shit. And if I ever get pregnant, his ain't shit ass ain't gonna do shit. But I don't know that because it did good. Yeah. I'm just out here and we out here in these streets getting it in because it's good. But he really on the flip side, when it comes to me, he ain't shit. Hey,
look, I want to read this off to y'all. Almost all parents feel judged almost all the time. Our tune-in and survey showed that nearly 9 in 10 parents across the board feel judged. 90% moms, 85% dads, and almost half say they feel judged all the time, nearly all the time. 40%, 46% of the moms, and 45% of the dads. And I think the reason why they saying they feel judged is because a lot of times we do come in situations where Miss Meen, that Diva may have got pregnant for me, and people probably seen us together and hanging together, but now that you got pregnant, they don't see me no more. Like, I ain't dealing with you no more.
Or how about this? Where's the damn handbook that they give us when we go to when we have children or whatever in pregnancy? What is there a handbook to say how we do, how you raise a child properly? Blah blah blah. You're gonna encounter this, especially in this generation with our children being faced with all the things that they're faced with now, more so than we was when we was growing up, right? Where's the damn instructions that says your child gonna try Percocets at the age of 10? When he hanging from the chandelier like a monkey, he's done the Percocets, and this is the conversation you have. You don't know. There's no instructions.
Well, one of our viewers, Miss Rena, said that all that should be talked about when we was talking about the adults thing. I mean,
Erica Renee.
Oh, Miss Renee. She said all that should be talked about before the adult activities. Wear protection, cover it up or cover up. Well, my thing is, I know that for a fact, but I know for a fact, even with Miss Renee, if she's sexually involved, that conversation haven't happened all the time.
What?
Maybe when we got older.
Right.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Because sometimes you may be like, okay, go ahead, and we may have an answer.
We may not. Oh, go ahead. We got time.
Oh, okay. So, with raising 3 kids, no father figure, right?
Mm-hmm.
I hear from other females that they wish it would have been, because I don't do the baby mama drama stuff, so I don't know nothing about that like too. So they go through it because they deal with the in and out. Sometimes they wish it would have been like how I had it, and I feel like I clearly don't know because my kids never had that action.
So all of them are for him?
I can say an answer to that for them because at least I feel like at least they kids know, have an idea of you know, who or what they look like and who it is from
Right.
time sometimes.
Right.
You know, versus nothing.
But hold on, she said, now,
Hold on. I'm
Miss
gonna answer
Lady,
your question.
but she said her friends wish they had it how she have it.
Where they don't have any. Okay, I get what she's saying. So she said she has 3 children and she's never had to deal with the baby daddies because she don't do that. She just raised her children by herself. It was just her in the household with her kids. And then when she talked to her friends were like, well, I deal with the in and out of my baby daddy coming in and out the picture with my children. And I'd rather him not come in and out and it just be me.
Oh, okay.
Now, my response to that is this, and I'm going to keep it as real as I can keep it with you, okay? Because I've been on both sides of that fence, okay? I was young at one point, you know what I'm saying? I was a mean bitch at one point in a relationship where me and my significant other had planned to have a child, and everything fell through, right? Mm-hmm. And so I became the bitter baby mama. And for a whole year and a half, with him begging to see his child, I kept my child away, right? Now, with growth came, you know, with time came growth. And so I had to realize that it's not my fault. It's not my child's fault that I made certain choices. And this is his father and blah, 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 right? Mm-hmm. So I had to woman up. Right? Because at the end of the day, especially with me, I had all boys, right? I had 3, like you got 3 kids. I had 3 boys, but they were, you know, 3 children. They were all boys. For me, my sons needed to see what a man looked like. They needed, especially being a black boy, black boys need to see what men look like. Mm. And I'm not the kind of parent that's just going to allow a bullshit parent to be around. If you're going to be around, you're going to be you're going to have substance, right? Because I'm going to verbalize that. I'm going to advocate for my kid. So when they did come around, or when we did get to the point where it was better, I was able to verbalize to my baby's fathers and say, hey, nigga, I don't give a damn how our relationship is. I need you to show my kid what a man look like. Mm-hmm. And I can honestly say that my kids' fathers show my kids what a man look like. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And we have to stand up for them because they can't do it for themselves, but we have to be willing to put our feelings to the side. So to answer your question, I believe that even if he in and out, having that male role in our households or in and out or whatever for our children is important, because our young black men are falling to the wayside and they don't have a male role model to look up to, and they need that desperately.
So would you all agree or disagree that would you rather have? I know every woman and every male would love to, some men and some women would love to be in their child's life. But if I was an in and out father in my child's life 50% of the time and we have a child, would you be okay with that?
Well, shit, the women be okay with having a piece of fucking man. So why not have a piece of fucking father? Betty Wright made a song talking about having a piece of man is better than having no man at all. So I'm gonna take what I got. And
so I'll be good with our child if I was just 50%.
Yeah, nigga, because you a piece of hell yeah.
But some women don't want that though.
Because they on some bullshit. Because you will take a piece of nigga. Am I lying? Sisters, can I get an amen? These broads will take a piece of nigga, won't they? So if you will take a piece of nigga, take a piece of father.
But okay, now since y'all both have said yeah, so I guess we all have been through it. Except me, I don't deal with me, and I'm happily married. But so with these baby daddies, why y'all not allowing them just to be 50 or 45%? Because y'all already said sometimes y'all have taken a half a man.
Well, I can't speak for everybody, baby dad, but I can speak for my baby dad. They don't even try. And I ain't call baby dad, I just call them sperm donor, because that's all they do.
Man, see, you can't disrespect my brothers like that. when you was laying up with him and your toes was curling up, you was all in love with him. Now you want to just call him a sperm. What she call him? A sperm giver, donor.
Now here's a question to you. You said you got 3 kids?
Yeah.
3 different baby daddies, right?
No, ma'am. So,
Okay, 2 different baby daddies. But both of them possess the same qualities, right? They ain't in the kids' life, they low life, boo, 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 right?
right.
Well, they gotta be low life.
Hold on. At some point, do we have to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, our pickle was off? We chose the wrong kind of nigga?
Oh, yeah, I already know that by this point. Oh, that, yeah, my pickle was way off, but it was all
I mean, because sometimes we fuck up like that. No. Seriously, like, we get digmatized, and it be good, like you said. What'd you say, sweetie? No, say what you said again. I was over talking you. What'd you say?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was over talking you. I apologize.
When he was born, I was still a simple man. I still made bad choices, but I say I'm 40 now, but
But my thing is, if
we learn at some point.
But if we made bad choices, why we mad at the choice that you made the bad choice with?
Because sometimes it's hard. It's a hard pill to swallow. She may not be mad about the situation, but it may be a hard pill to swallow. That reality is, I fucked with this dude for however long and laid with this man, and a baby was created. And at the end of the day, he ain't shit. And I ain't had that conversation because the D was right when I was hitting it, and I didn't have that conversation, and that's my bad.
Right.
But he turned out to be ain't shit.
Well, it ain't necessarily that he turned out to be ain't shit. Was your expectations for him to be your shit, and then when it didn't turn out that way, now you mad?
That could be the possibility too.
but it's not everybody. I was never mad by her.
Miss Lady, I don't think you telling the truth. I think you was mad. Because when we first came on this show, you came off kind of aggressive. You got mad at me. Okay, but that's what you chose, though. You chose that.
But hold on. Let's not label us as mad black women. How about she may have just been disappointed?
What? But she can't be disappointed. She said he was a street dude. So how can you be disappointed?
Because she was disappointed in what he turned out to be.
He was a street dude. His main objective was to be the best street dude he could be, have the best clothes and jewelry he could have, put some rims on his cars and music. He wanted to be the best at that. He didn't have no other ambitions to be great.
Well, at some point, you niggas need to get y'all shit together.
Man, you act like you was getting ready to hit me.
No, I'm just saying, because we tired of y'all want to be a street nigga with your pants hanging down with your funny looking ass. Pull your shit up, go get a job.
But you ain't tell me that when you was hollering at me when my pants was down.
That was my choice, so that's why I guess I was never really mad, because I made that choice. That was it. That's all, folks, like they say.
Right. So how about this? How about we go into the future?
Because I just say at the end of the day, for whatever reason, Lord bless you with some children.
Right. Right. And how about as we move on into the future, we just gonna accept the fact that this is what it turned out to be. And hey, you not involved, you're not involved. But guess what? I know one thing about life and karma. When the shit come back around, you don't know what them kids gonna turn out to be. What they gonna grow up and become. Right?
She said, so, who you telling?
Right. And so at some point,
She say, baby.
Well, listen, you never know what the future may hold. What I'm saying is, at some point in his life, he may feel like, what if listen, karma so cold, this nigga might need a kidney one day, and the only one that's a match is the one he didn't give a damn about.
Ooh.
So as he lay his ugly ass on his deathbed,
as we lay,
you feel me? And she come visit his ass and say, yeah, I'm an exact match, but I ain't giving you my kidney to live. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes karma slap you in the face like that. I ain't wishing nothing on nobody. I'm just saying let God and karma take care of it.
Because one thing I never did was speak badly about nothing, mention no, we not even just to talk negative, not this household, because I let you grow up and see on your own. I did allow my children to do that.
See, I respect you.
I didn't want them to hear to come out of my mouth. See,
I respect and commend you on that because I'm pretty sure y'all be around y'all girlfriends and they're talking about how sorry such and such is. Yeah, and my thing is,
I heard other females do that, you know.
And that's not okay.
And see, my thing is, the reason why I don't agree with that is because even in relationships, you can say how sorry I was or whatever the case may be. I'm going to be the person to be like, well, dang, she was with him for 6 years. Now that they together, he's sorry. But for 6 years, he was allowed to hit that, kiss that, whatever. But now he's sorry. Instead of just going separate ways and just moving on your own.
I agree with this comment that I'm about to read.
Uh-oh.
This comment says, y'all do know it's some ain't shit women too, right? All I hear is he.
Uh-oh.
Bro, I totally agree with you. It's a whole lot of ain't shit women, and I said that in the beginning of the show. I don't know why the justice system feels that sometimes that the female is the natural mother, biological mother is the better fit parent when her ass ain't shit. She can sell a baby for crack and get them back to sell them again. It's a whole lot of ain't shit women.
You know what I don't understand? Why in our judicial system it's always that the man have to pay child support. Why can't you pay me child support?
The woman I know some people who have filed on women to pay child support, but it's sad that the man has to go through trials and tribulations to get that to happen. It should not. But I mean, we trying to live in a system that wasn't even created for us to begin with. So hey, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But it's fucked up because that's the way that they made the laws. Because that's the way they think.
See, Poe, hey, I think Miss Meen of that Diva is on the fella side tonight, man. She been giving us a lot of good reviews as for men.
No, I said y'all ain't shit too. So listen, I'm non-biased. If
you're a unicorn.
Right. Women do things and allow their kids to see. I think we already spoke on this though. But women do things and allow children to see things that they're not supposed to. You know.
Right. And so that's what I was saying earlier, Miss Duncan.
We in a relationship three months later, living together type shit, then boom, they gone.
Right. Men in and out the household. Don't know if the man had touched your baby on her booty or his booty, because it got some dudes that's into boys too right now. And so you got some women who, that's why I said earlier off, just because that woman plays the role 100% does not mean that she's the better parent. She's just the present parent, because she's the one who's damaging the child, because the child is absorbing what they see her do.
Or what she say. That's why I can't stand that you have parents be telling their kids, your father or your daddy ain't shit, or he no good, he a sorry MF and all of that. But this is the kid's father that you're talking about. The person that you laid up with to create me, and you gonna talk about him?
Right. What does that say about you? So one of our guests said, man, I know 2 families personally with not great mothers and fathers, and the father got full custody, right? Right? And the damn father ain't shit and the mama ain't shit. Listen, the system as a whole is messed up, period. Mm-hmm. But what do we do?
What can we do? And I love this one from Pope, and he's speaking the truth on this. He said he has 5 biological children, but he has raised 8 kings and queens. When you see me, you see them. Ages ranging from 9 to 25. And he ain't lying with that. I mean, he's been with his kids through sports as they coach, as they mentor, as they what you call it, personal trainer, as they educator, and all that. And I commend you on that, brother. And you telling the truth on that one.
Now, see, I didn't watch you raise 19 kids, but what I will say is this. I really commend you and I salute you, brother, because we need more men like you. Just because those was not your biological children, you stood in the gap for those children that wasn't biologically yours to show them or give them a representation of what a man looked like. And you put that into their lives. That's what our children are missing, and that's what they need. So I applaud you for real.
And need to see that within the household.
Yeah, they need male role models. They need male guidance. Women do too. Well, I can't stand the whole women's that little blast. Well, I don't need a man. You a goddamn lie. You don't need no man. Women, we need men. Even though all of them ain't prepared to lead or equipped to lead, that we need more to be able to lead us. We do need men. We got to get out of that mentality of we don't need a man.
And you know what? And one of the killing things, I was talking to one of my little brothers, Big C. Scott, and it's crazy that a lot of times you could tell that a woman wants a man in their life, or they would love to have a man that's the image of their father, or if they didn't have a father, they want a man to portray that role as a father as well as they man. But that's why a lot of women will say, if they're in a relationship and they significant others say, hey, I need you to do this, or why you ain't do this, the first thing come out their mouth is, you ain't my daddy.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you want me to be your daddy, or you want me to be the reflection of your daddy because you didn't have one. So that's the first defense mechanism that you coming out your mouth with. You ain't my daddy, because I ain't say that. I'm your man, but you would love to me to be an image of your father, though.
But society taught us as women, especially colored women of color, society taught us to no longer bow down to our men. We have to get back into the position where we are willing to submit.
Submit? Man, you better
shut your ass up. See what I'm saying? Then when we try to submit, then they want us to kick their ass. You see what I'm saying? But no, seriously, we have to get in the mindset of submission. And I don't mean like bow down, let this dude do whatever. But just be a woman and play your role as a woman. All that independent, I don't need it, man, that's fake and phony, man. Because at the end of the day, our households are lacking, they crumbling, and it's the demise of our households as a whole to not have a man, a strong black man, strong Hispanic man, whatever color he is in your household doing what men do.
Miss Lady, I have a question for you. Miss Lady? Are you involved now or are you not?
I'm single.
You single? So you don't have a friend or nothing like that?
She said she's single.
No. She paused. She talking to somebody.
Okay, so what's
no? Because my point was being like.
No, it's not. No.
See, she undecided. See.
That's what it is. It's not nothing to proceed, go forward with.
So you still out here making bad decisions? Okay, sis. We said we was gonna do better. So what we doing, sis?
The reason why I was asking because you have three beautiful.
But it's just my nerve.
See, she don't know how to get the answer out. But don't worry about it. You ain't got a lot of us. We keep it real on our show. But what I was gonna say is.
I keep it real too, but that's a nerve. It's a nerve. I was not doing nothing. We have actually broken off. We were just, whatever. It was no relationship like that. Nothing to move forward. So
why we keep wasting our time with the ones that we ain't doing nothing with?
That's what I said. Why you let somebody take up? He probably took up 2 or 3 months of her time. When that could have been somebody else that probably was seriously that want to have.
Listen, this what we doing for the new year. This is what we gonna do for the. Okay.
That's what we saying over here. Shit.
So that was just a little something to do, you know, and it leaked over to a full year, and it just really didn't go where I wanted to go.
Waste my time, 2021.
But
See, she wanted to go somewhere, but he didn't want it to go there.
Okay, so listen. You know they selling these things called roses these days, right?
Woo! Wait!
What you will win? You heard about it or you a bunch of So this is what we gonna do, sis. This is what we gonna do. Okay, I need you guys. Yeah, you can't hear her. Oh,
it's because they volume on the other end is low. It's not us.
oh, okay.
They saying they can't hear you, Miss Lady. I don't know if your volume too low or.
So she said what she said was, listeners.
We trying to put you close to the speaker, but I don't know.
So what she said was she had a situationship where
a situationship.
Yeah, they was in a situation for about a year, but it really wasn't going anywhere. So my question to her was, we still wasting our time, 2021, right? So now it's 2022. And so what we gonna do is 2022, we gonna start taking the power back, right? Because I think that us as women, what we want is that emotional fulfillment. We want to feel a body next to us. We want to get off. For me, I like to get off. You see what I'm saying? But what we got to start being okay with, and I'm okay. I learned this a long time ago, so I'm gonna give you the help if you choose to take it. I learned to date myself and love myself enough, right? And so I started being an advocate for toys. There's nothing wrong with knowing yourself and how to please yourself. Okay, I don't know if you do that.
Nothing wrong with a little.
I'm gonna hit them upside the head in a second, y'all. Don't worry about it. But most women are shy in that way to where they don't want to explore themselves and get to know themselves in that way. But it'll be your best bet because you can put him in a drawer, he ain't going nowhere, right?
They gonna cheat on you,
none of that. But you can get off, and most of us make bad decisions because we horny. Because women, we stay horny a lot too.
Just like us, huh?
For the most part. And we be wanting. And so they got a lot of new things out here to where we can date ourselves and screw ourselves until, and that way we stop making horny decisions. Because I know I done did it. And when I started to explore my possibilities by myself, I learned, oh, you was just horny. You don't even like him like that. Just go ahead and knock yourself off. And after I got my nut, I was like, oh, I was tripping. I was gonna like him, and I don't even like dude. I was gonna like dude, and I ain't even like him.
So
but I was just horny.
It's gonna be hashtag take the power back 2022.
Take the power back, ladies.
Right here on Zeke the 5 Foot Freak and Miss Meen the Stationhead App Radio. Y'all heard it here first. Hashtag not for the fellas.
Take your power back.
Take the power back.
Go to the sex stores, get you some toys. That rose is the bomb diggity. Okay, I'm just saying.
Well, Mr. Pope said 2022, stop dating and start courting, and I can break it down one day.
He said he can't break it down in one day.
Right. He can't break it down in one day.
And dating and courting is two different things. See, we got to start allowing them to date.
Okay, that's why I'm just like, please explain.
Right.
She want to know because for a whole year that guy took up her time. You know what? Before Miss Meena break that down and go into that, I have a question for you, ladies. Me and you in a relationship, Miss Meena, that diva.
Mm-hmm.
And in 5 months' time, could you tell if I'm serious and want to be with you or not, or it ain't going nowhere?
Now niggas play that.
I don't be understanding why y'all go a year and you know it ain't going nowhere.
See, and when you say that then you would assume that we didn't ask the right questions or we didn't have the right conversations, right?
Exactly.
When you do have women who have verbalized their intentions, what they want, and have had those conversations with guys.
But if I ain't showing it, you still let me come around and do my thing.
And that's why we taking the power back. See what I'm
saying? 2022.
2022.
Oh, okay.
So courting versus dating. Dating comes with benefits of you my man, you my husband, those benefits, whether it's you're sucking on them, you're fucking on them, you're feeding them,
well,
all those strings.
That's
right?
our studio producer. She'll butt in every now and then, but you know, she put a timetable on my ass.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. But at that point, y'all had already started dating.
Yeah, because she said we was courting at first.
Right. When you are courting a man, allow the man to do things with you as a friend, right?
Wait a minute. So,
meaning,
you date
for instance,
then you're courting. Courting is you get.
The different. I got them mixed up.
Okay. I'm saying hell no, Deval.
We was dating. Okay, so dating is no strings attached, no sex, no none of that.
No. And we dating, we probably still gonna bump and grind a little bit now.
Don't listen to him, okay? I'm sorry, I got the two mixed up. So if you're dating them, you could be dating several. I did get that wrong. You can be dating several people because you don't really know who you like, but don't lay with everybody. I wouldn't be laying with none of them because I need to know who the hell you are. And most of them, they come up to us with their representative out first. Mm-hmm. They not going to show us their true selves. When you start after you've dated Tom, John, let's say you got a lineup of 5. My lineup usually change because after a couple of months, I notice I don't like this one, and this one, and I got to go on to the next group, right? Okay, it's okay to date multiple, and that's just conversation, lunch dates, dinner dates, hang out, go to the park. Maybe y'all not spend no money, just chill with each other, but y'all not bumping and grinding.
But you know, in our society, people will assume if I see you with 5 different dates somewhere, I'll be like, damn, I just. Well,
I don't give a damn. See, and that's why people need to get out of. I don't give a damn what you think about me. You gonna see me with 5 dates this 4 weeks, and next 4 weeks I'm on to the next 5 because them 5 didn't make the goddamn cut, and I'm looking for a man. Okay. I'm dating with a purpose.
Okay.
I need a husband.
Okay, so we can't worry about.
Don't worry about what Mina's doing. And if y'all worry about what society say, y'all fooling yourself because society don't go to bed with you at night and wake up with you in the morning. Ooh. I don't give a damn what they say about me. They seen her with Tom, then the same day they seen her with Bill. Yeah, because I went to lunch with Tom and me and Bill at dinner. But and I don't like Tom no more because he a degenerate. And I found that out over lunch. Right. And so now me and Bill talking. And I like Bill.
You may have brunch with Chris tomorrow.
Right. And next week I might find out Bill got a wife.
Okay.
And so I gotta quit fucking with Bill. You see what I'm saying? And so the game goes on.
So now when we get into courting.
So now Pope say I disagree with all. Okay, well, whatever. I'm trying to help them help themselves. I'm dating a lot of them. And then when I find the one that makes me want to court, then I'm a court exclusively with that one.
So now when you start courting, is this an individual that you have potential
to settle down with? Correct.
Okay, now
then we gonna bump and grind.
So how long is the courting? How long should the courting go?
I mean, some people's courting look like a year. Some of it looks like 2 years. I would say, like you said, light bulb. Don't go past 4 or 5 years courting.
She said light bulb.
If he ain't ready to settle down and y'all
because I done took 5 years of your life away to tell you that I don't think this works.
And marriage may not be for everybody, right? But y'all may have a life goal plan to where y'all own properties together, y'all get money together, y'all live together and all that. But marriage is just not something y'all want to do paper-wise. But y'all make plans for the end goal together. So don't let people just say, oh, you got to get married. That may not be your forte.
So
but have an end goal.
So hashtag 2022, Ms. Meen, that Diva said, we taking the power back, women. So when we start courting, what is the timetable in your courting aspect?
I mean, I want to
2 years, 3 years.
I don't know because, I don't know.
Ms. Meen, you got to give somebody.
Listen, in this time, right? He may be great. I found out he good in certain aspects, but then it take him a year to expose that he a controlling motherfucker.
So then you done messed up a year of my life if you ain't gonna be with me.
How?
Because now we courting.
You should have showed me your shit before. Don't hide it. Show me who you are, because I'm going to believe you. Right? If you take a year to show me that you got some flaws, that's a deal breaker for me, then you wasted your own damn time. Not I wasted your time. Show me who you really are. And let me figure out if that's what I want. Now,
we have 2 new viewers, and this is a long one, so I'm going to let you read that one.
Ms. Line said, going somewhere, are you meaning marriage? I think that's a major issue with society. Society believes all women are looking for a husband. Not necessarily true. I just said that, Ms. Lyons. Some women just don't want to be married for whatever reason. It's not always the man that doesn't want to be married. I agree with you wholeheartedly, Ms. Lyons. That's what I'm saying. Okay, but what is your end goal? That's what I was saying. Some people don't have an end goal for marriage. Some people have an end goal for we're in a relationship long term. Shit, Oprah and what's that dude? Stedman still ain't married. Do you understand me? And they've been together for 39 years.
39 years of money though.
So they had end goals. We together. You got your name, I got my name. You got your money, I got mine. But we together.
I'm probably going to piss a lot of the women off. Do some women come to that conclusion because they have never been married, nobody ever asked them to marry, or they at a certain age and they haven't been married, so they feel that way that they don't want to be married? That was a lot of not married and want to be married in the house.
Well, put us on game then, Ro. You talking about he got to be a guest?
My goal is to be married. This lady prefers to be married.
Have you ever been married?
You know.
Have you ever been married, Miss Lady?
No.
Okay. And so do you know what the obligations of marriage looks like?
I see. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
yes,
we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay. I see things, and I call myself taking notes as I see them with married couples. I do attend like single married couple retreats to learn, and even for myself, how to redirect myself to prepare myself for that role of a wife. Nobody to be perfect, but I don't want to fall short on my end as a woman.
And you know what? That's a very interesting question that you.
Some people have an idea of what marriage is, but they don't understand that marriage is something deeper than just, oh, I'm married. I was married now. Nah, nigga. Marriage is sacrifice. Marriage is humbleness.
But the thing is, and everything you're saying is right. But I think the reason why when you ask her, do you know like the ideal of a marriage? In the African American household, majority kids that grow up never seen their parents married, never seen their parents in 2 parents household. You may have some, but the percentage ain't high as the Caucasians or even the Mexican Americans or Mexicans or whatever the case may be. So if you haven't seen it, you don't know the ideal of it. Yeah, we see it on TV, but on TV they show you a perfect or they husband and wife. Or it may be.
Or how about the ones that have seen it? Like for this generation that speak on grandma and grandpa. Now, if you think about it, they speak on the past. Or grandma and them, they used to take that shit. Well, grandpa used to be able to go whoop, 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 and grandpa used to take care of the household, but grandma had to put up with a lot of shit. That's marriage, nigga. Marriage ain't perfect. What you thought you was gonna have peaches and creams, gumballs and lollipops the whole goddamn time? No, that's marriage. Yeah, grandma put up with grandpa bitching ass. He come home from work and he gripey as hell, and she still cater to him as the woman she's supposed to be and make sure he fed, make sure his clothes ready for the next day because he got to go out and work and provide. She still supported him. She still encouraged him. That's what grandma did. But this generation sees that as, I'm not doing that shit. That's what's wrong with woo woo woo. Nah, that's what's wrong with this generation.
She will. She just do all that.
Right. Now I'm not saying be no damn fool, but if grandpa was when y'all said grandma and grandpa was holding down households. So when y'all judge the women that are married these days and y'all stand on the outside looking in and say, oh, if I was her, I wouldn't be putting up with that shit. But On the inside, that household taken care of. That household flourishes. That household functions.
But I feel a lot of people say that because, for one, you don't have nobody to be able to put up with it with. Nobody's giving you that opportunity to be in that situation. That'll be my answer to that. But before we move on, Pope, we would love to have you on the show. A lot of people say they want to come on the show, and every time we invite them, they get afraid to get in front of this camera. Not saying you would be. Our next guest, Miss Crookshank. Some women just are comfortable in their position. Now, that is true. I don't understand why, but some people have their own reasons to why, and I'm pretty sure a lot of women are comfortable in their position because they're not trying to ruffle the water. Mr. Peanut, he's on. He's been a guest on our show. Love to have him back. He said, just like women who don't want a bullshit ninja, we don't want no bullshit female dog. See, if I would have said that other word, you would have got me in trouble. I can't say that, Peanut, but that's how he feel. And then we had Ms. Crookshank to come back and say, I've seen mine married and didn't like what I've seen. Right. So sometimes you may see, like she said, sometimes you may see it.
And you don't like what you see.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I think we all have to understand and process what we see. You know, we all have to deal with some toxic behaviors and tackle them head on. I think we all, if we're going to do anything, we should all strive to just be better versions of what we used to be. And don't go along with the status quo or the norm, right? Just because society says. Society been telling us for a long time that we should be Catholic or Christian or Baptist or Methodist or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop going along with what society says and start striving to be the better version of yourself with whatever that may encompass. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you have to do that, do that.
And another thing before we go back into this conversation, if you want to come on this show, because I'm going back to what Pope said, and you come up with a topic that you'd like us to discuss, but the point of that being, if you come up with the topic, you have to come on the show. Today, Ms. Pettaway and Ms. Lady, this is the topic that they wanted to talk about, and they came on the show, which we really appreciate, to be able to voice their opinion. And again, when you come on our show, we're not nick and tagging, we're not judging you, but we have questions, and we may have some answers to what you have to say. And it ain't that we right. We're not saying you right, because we all are entitled to our opinion. But majority of the time, my opinion is right.
Don't believe him. Don't even listen to him. But we encourage all of you to have your opinions. We just like to have open dialogue. This is how you promote growth and you stimulate growth in your community. You have to have open dialogue. Everybody doesn't think the same. Okay. And so to hear it from a non-biased person or from somebody who's a stranger who doesn't know you, it may cut a light bulb on in your life that may help you in some way. So don't be so closed-minded to feel like, oh, I don't want to express myself because I don't want to be judged or because of whatever, right? We all have our opinions, but let's continue to have healthy dialogue so that we can grow as a people.
And we have a platform where you can come on, because a lot of times, like Ms. Meen said, when we first started doing our podcast, we come on our shows and we say stuff that you may want to say, but don't know how to voice it or put it out. Hey, we are not syndicated by nobody. We can say whatever we want. Sometimes we get judged by Facebook, but that's fine. But you can come on our show, and a lot of times you see these shows on television, and you probably have a lot to say, but guess what? They're not even listening to you because you ain't even on the show. But we giving you a platform that you can come on at any time. We got thick skin, so if you want to shoot at us, that's fine. But just be prepared for us to shoot back.
Miss Meena, you ain't right. Shut your ass up. I feel you, girl. I ain't mad at you. But thank you for coming on. We finna end, right? Yeah,
we're about to close out. Miss Lady, if you have any shouts out that you'd like to give out, you're more than welcome. We're going to give you the platform for a minute or so. If you want to give shouts out to your family, friends, the floor is yours. Go at it.
I would like to give a shout out to my cousin Adrian for accepting the invite to be on tonight, and my children is Trey, Devion, Tremaine, and my family and friends, my best friend Jackie.
Hey, and we
thank you, Uncle Mom. Thank you, Miss Lena. I enjoy it every time I do.
Hey,
thank you.
You're so more than welcome to come back anytime. And tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, is it at 8 or did they move it to at 9? They moved it to 9. Well, tomorrow we'll be on again tomorrow, right here on Zeke the 5 Foot Freak with Miss Meen that Diva, as well as on the Upper Room. It's a show you don't want to miss. We'll have our other colleagues on, our other co-hosts, and that's going to be a great show. You're more than welcome to tune in to that, and we can bring you on that show as well. And anytime we having a show, or if it's a topic that you'd like to hit on and you want to come on the show, just reach out to us. And you see how simple it was. You reach out to us, we'll hit you right back, or we'll have someone to hit you right back, and we'll bring you on the show.
We will be having another mixer soon.
Thank you.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
We will be having another mixer soon. This is for all our guests. We do have our mix and mingles, but with COVID happening and cases ramping up.
What's it called? Americron?
Or whoever comes. It's all a con anyway. But we're gonna take some time to let that settle down. And then we're going to figure out when we're going to have our next mixer. But we do love to do those. We want to gather together and have a good time. Again, we do support all entrepreneurs. We do support small businesses, large businesses. So if you know anyone who is an entrepreneur who has a business that you guys want us to shout out or advertise and market for, we do have a marketing company where we will be advertising and marketing for individuals. We can also create you a commercial. There is a grand opening about to happen. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Chicago, but if you've been in the Chicago area, Harold's Chicken is famous for their chicken in Chicago, and they are having a grand opening here in Houston in the middle of January. They're opening a Harold's Chicken here in Houston. I will be marketing and advertising for them. We will, and I'll be letting you guys know when that grand opening is about to happen.
And stay tuned to that. And again, like Ms. Meen that Diva said, for those that want to get their businesses a shout out, we will be having marketing and advertisement packets coming out. And like I said, we've been funding this show out of our own pockets for the past 2 years and on the Upper Room for the past 3 years. So now we need to start being able to pay bills. So we'll be pushing out marketing and advertisement packets with that. And with that being said, be sure to tune in tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. It may be 9 p.m., but you can always go to our events calendar on Facebook to see what the exact time is. I don't know what that is because we have to bump it up. But we will be on the show tomorrow talking about Derailed, or is it Derailed Fathers? Mm-hmm. Derailed Fathers tomorrow on the Upper Room Podcast show. And on January the 9th, I will have my chat and listen with up-and-coming recording artist Chase Black. So please tune in to that as well. And with that being said, we really appreciate y'all coming on the show, tuning in, and following us and supporting us. You just don't know how good that made us feel in the year 2021. And we're hoping to have bigger and better shows right here in the year 2022. And with that being said, I am Zeke the 5 Foot Freak with my beautiful co-host,
Miss Meen that Diva.
And we are out, my people.
Thank you for tuning in.
Good night.